Just recently, I went to my TikTok, my Instagram story, and my YouTube community page to ask you guys to leave me some questions. Whether it be about fingerboarding, my fingerboarding collection, or just me in general. These are your questions and these are my answers. Let's go ahead and start with the ones I got from YouTube. First question, Vintage Fingerboard Group. Do you think fingerboarding is actually a sport or just a hobby? To me, fingerboarding has always kind of just been a creative outlet, so I would probably say more on the hobby side, but if you want to call it a sport, that's totally fine too. Last time I checked, there are no rules when it comes to fingerboarding. Red Cat, do you plan on sticking to what you're making video-wise or branching out into other genres or things that you're interested in? I would honestly love to make different kinds of content, but for right now, fingerboarding is the only thing that I'm passionate about enough to make quality content consistently. There may be a couple times in the future where I slip in a random video that's not about fingerboarding, but for the most part, I'm gonna stick within my niche. Potato Man Swag, are bearing wheels on a fingerboard really necessary? Having bearings in your wheels is obviously gonna make your fingerboard roll smoother, but I've never had any kind of bearings in any of my videos, so no, I don't think they're necessary. Sean asked, what was the best day of your life and what did you do on that day? The best day of my life? I don't know. It's gotta be a Fish show. I haven't really talked about this a lot on my channel, but I've seen the band Fish a lot of times in concert. They're just awesome. As a fan of them, seeing them live is pretty spectacular, so it's gotta be one of those shows. These are some of the questions that I got from Instagram. Arshawn.A1471 says, do you like being sponsored by Tech Deck? Yes, I love being sponsored by Tech Deck. I've been a fan of their stuff ever since I was a little kid, so it's basically a dream come true. At Smiley.FB13, why did you start fingerboarding? Mainly because I couldn't skateboard and fingerboarding was the closest thing. Luke_Haywood, what does someone have to do to become a sponsored fingerboarder? Just focus on getting really good at fingerboarding and putting out good content. That is all you have to do, the rest will come. I see so many Instagram accounts that are practically just begging for a sponsor. That is never gonna get you the attention you want, I promise. Question from Brandon Slick, one of the OG viewers of this channel. Are you going to expand the DIY park or was that just a one-time thing? Unfortunately, I had to take the Goodwill park apart. It was taking up too much space on my desk and I just had other content that I needed to make, but we can definitely do a part 2 to that video in the future. Truly.Mario, will Tech Deck ever make bearing wheels? I know a little while ago they made a post on Instagram saying, should we make a pro fingerboard? And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Peter_crap44. Has your hair always been that long and will you ever cut it? I did not start growing my hair out till like 2015 when I moved out of my parents' house. They never let me have long hair and I got no plans to cut it. I honestly like it and think it better suits my personality. Curb Assassin, favorite obstacles the Tech Deck ever made. We got the Tech Deck vert ramp up here on the top of my shelf. One of the coolest things and biggest things that they ever made. Every time I get that one out, I can't stop using it. And next we got the Tech Deck Hollywood 16. This is one of the best looking ramps that Tech Deck ever made. It looks so awesome on my shelf and I just can't picture any Tech Deck collection without one of these. At Fingerboard Clips NL, can you show your wood ramps? So the only wood ramps I have are this DIY ledge and then this Goodwill box that I bought. I really wish Tech Deck would make like a performance series line of ramps that are made out of wood. Would be so sick. At Pigeon Toe FB, did you ever think you'd be sponsored by Tech Deck as a kid? No, I did not. I never thought fingerboarding would get me anywhere, mainly because a lot of people in my life told me that. At Later Splint, how old are you? I am 25 years old. At Dante Did Dat, fingerboarding or skateboarding if you can only choose one? Honestly, this is probably the hardest question I've read all day. Fingerboarding is what brought me that first taste of success that I always wanted, and skateboarding is what taught me the lessons I needed to be able to endure that success. So it's a weird thing, I don't know. I really have a hard time deciding, but if somebody said choose or you die, I'd probably choose fingerboarding because of my bunk knee that's not gonna work forever. At Jake Mio, do you plan to post FB montages on YouTube in the future? I honestly have never really planned on doing something like that, but if you guys want to see it, let me know. I can definitely do that. All right, my friend Jake at Demented Shred Shop. Why did you stop playing guitar? I started playing guitar before I even started fingerboarding. It's always been a huge passion of mine until a couple years ago. I played in a band for a little over a year. We did the classic local band thing. We had the long rehearsals and we played at all the local bars. The band started to get dysfunctional and I was starting to notice what it could be like if I wanted to play music for the rest of my life, and I realized that it's just not what I wanted to do. I do still play guitar every once in a while. Sometimes you're just having one of those days where the only thing that can fix it is blasting Master of Puppets through your Marshall. But fingerboarding is my priority. This is the final answer I'm giving and seemingly the one that everybody wants to know. why I don't use pro fingerboards. I don't use Black River or Dynamic or any of those other companies for the same reason that Nigel Houston doesn't skate Baker. He does not represent that company, and I do not represent those companies. I'm sure you're wondering if I'm even allowed to use that stuff. I probably could if I really wanted to, but why would I do that? I think a lot of people fail to realize that the main point of a sponsorship also is to promote the brand. If they brought me on the team and I decided I just wanted to promote every other fingerboard company, what would be the point of that? I have got nothing against any of the independent fingerboard companies. Some of them I talk to on Instagram and they are freaking awesome people. But my sponsor is Tech Deck. This was kind of a lazy video for me. I've been sick for the last 8 days, potentially with COVID, so I didn't really have time to plan anything spectacular. I do have a really awesome video planned for you guys next Wednesday though. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe to my channel. I upload a new fingerboarding video every single Wednesday. So thanks for watching and thanks for playing.